everybody! Welcome to Collectors Lounge International! Are you in for a ride? Let's get this started!
Greetings, welcome to One Six Scale Man Probably Presents Collectors Lounge International Sunday Monday. And yes, just in case you didn't know, Mickey Mouse did the intro for me, man. And Mickey, thank you so much for all that you do and all the contributions that you provide for our children and the level of entertainment. I definitely appreciate that, Mickey Mouse. We appreciate that, and we definitely appreciate you. How you guys doing, everybody out there? Again, Collectors Lounge International. So glad to see you here this afternoon, morning, wherever you may be. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have a great conversation today. So welcome all, and glad you're actually here with us. I'm going to introduce the panel. We're gonna just dive in. I'm going to basically go through the chat and see who's in here with us. But yes, it's going to be some fun times. And I know we already know what is at the forefront, what is on everybody's mind. Who got Anakin? Who didn't? Who got the Joker? Who didn't? Who basically procured the bag? We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about how 1/6 Figure Focus had a slip up yesterday. He didn't think I saw that, but yes, I did see it live, and we're going to talk about that. Definitely, he thought I was going to let that slide by, but I wasn't going to let it slide by. We're going to basically see it because I want to know.
Dude, I've got the clip, and we can play it live. You just give me a second. I own that shit.
I missed that? I was watching that live too.
He's going to play it.
I'll get it set up.
He's gonna get it set up. But how y'all guys doing, man? What's going on with y'all today?
What's going on, man?
Yo, it's gonna be a crazy time. What is going on, Cal? What's going on with you, bro? You muted.
I'm feeling like crap today, and
he said he's feeling okay. He's trying to fix his camera. Cam, what's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here. Super excited to hear about what Marvel might have in the works coming up. Love and Thunder, possibly a Thor 5 might be getting ready to drop, or some news about it. So we'll see how that goes, man. But
they're talking to the goats at the moment.
Yeah. I know they gotta
make sure they're people, and
I know they're high. They got high standards for the goats this year.
Look how excited
the salary is high to get those goats back. But
you excited about those goats, Leo?
I definitely got my thoughts about this shit.
Weren't those goats in the comics though? Like, weren't they in the comics? I think they were.
They just weren't too loud. They weren't as loud as
they were. They just weren't the way he depicted them. So it was definitely different.
They were the best part of the movie. That's bar none. The rest of it was shit.
He's like, oh shit.
Anyway, Costa, how you doing, bro? How you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. I thought I would add some Greek flavor to international here.
Yes.
Should I talk like my father? Huh? Should we talk?
We welcome you.
Let me tell you, people. Welcome to the world of the hot toys. The best toys. Did you know hot toys is Greek? The word
your father is Russell Crowe.
Listen, that is how good Russell Crowe. He must have studied. Because I'm sitting there and you miss it when he comes in. He says "Yasas" like he's in Greek. He says, he speaks a little Greek in the beginning, and I was like, "Whoa, okay."
So the accent was good.
He did a very good job. Yes, I was very impressed with Russell that he went full in on it. The full.
That's
Greek.
Pretty cool because you know the way normally like when Irish people watch movies, and we see actors who are not from Ireland doing Irish accents, it's like. That is not what we sound like. So then we see someone who nails it, and we're like, "That's impressive." You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
No,
There's some
All
really
right.
bad ones.
All right. So I'm glad you said that, Focus. So, hearing it and hearing people who have done it, who would you say have absolutely nailed it?
Yeah,
if there was an actor you can think about.
Oh, you probably won't know this, but there is a novel by Sally Rooney, and it's called Normal People. And it's kind of a coming of age drama, and it kind of follows this couple in growing up in Dublin. They're like in school, but like they're from very different cliques, and it's very slow, and it's kind of like a romance and a drama thing like that. So this girl, I can't remember her name. God, is it Daisy something? So it's a really small Irish production, but she's English, and she could have fooled me. Like it was really good. I thought she was Irish because the male role, the male is an Irish guy, so obviously he's got that. And then the female, she was English, but like the little subtleties and everything, and it didn't sound like a caricature. Leave that with me because it's often I hear them and it's really, really bad.
Yeah. Did you? All right. So did you ever see American Gods?
No.
So okay. So if you've ever seen American God, I think Lee Shriver's brother.
Yeah.
He played Irish. Like he played what they labeled him was as a god, like a leprechaun, but he was like a 7 foot, like almost a 6'7" leprechaun.
Hell,
he was tall, but he was doing an actual Irish, representation or interpretation. And a lot of people were like, like in some aspects he sounded okay, but in other aspects it was like, nah.
Irish people were kind of like a bit laid back and that kind of stuff though. Like as in like we just kind of, if we do see like an English person or an American person or an Australian doing an accent, an Irish accent, and it's really bad and it's like cartoony, we just kind of go, oh Jesus, do you know? But when someone nails it, we'll give props. Like we wouldn't get like offended by that. Like I could speak. I think Irish people were kind of laid back. We're just like, yeah, it's fine. Like like
it's wild with accents because like I feel like everyone not from the U.S. does better U.S. accents than we do. And I'm like, I'm watching Snowfall, and I'm like, Damson Idris ain't he from here?
Yeah,
he's from South Central. I'm like,
bro, he did it so well. But bro, let me tell you, my dad, he absolutely he's probably the only person I know
hates the Irish.
Absolutely nah.
I was like, bro, oh God, is that where it's going? No,
bro, he hates Scarface. He hates it with every fiber. Yeah, because he was like, yo, Al Pacino did not sound Cuban at all, and he thought it was a mockery.
Wasn't very Cuban.
It's the same with Carlito's Way with what's his face, Viggo Mortensen, Mank. He's like, hey, Mank.
Yeah.
Terrence Howard,
bro. Bro, like straight up, my dad hated Scarface because he was like, it was definitely not an interpretation. He thought they made fun of it. It was a mockery, and he would never even let us watch it. Like every time it came on, he was like, turn it off. Like he
not
didn't
playing
like
Scarface.
Nah, he wasn't playing around with Scarface. And then on top of that, like you got to keep in mind that my dad came to the United States in 1967. He left Cuba during those particular moments and everything that was happening around then. So a lot of that was really, really sensitive for him. You know what I mean? So Scarface, he hated. He would never let us watch it. He was like, nah, don't turn it on. Don't watch it in front of me. He's like, because it's a terrible representation, and I can't. And he was like, you're letting people who aren't Cuban represent these roles. So. But
it was a different time too then. But like if it was like redone, well, it wouldn't be redone. I'm pretty sure because it's like it's too iconic to a lot of people probably. So,
but
I don't know about that.
At the end of the day, it's called acting. Like Cillian Murphy is. Okay, I'm saying like there was controversy. I'm pretty sure it was one journalist was saying like, this guy isn't Jewish. He shouldn't be playing a Jewish person. It was like, it's acting. I'm pretty sure Tom Hanks isn't an astronaut, but he plays an astronaut. You know what I mean? It's acting. Like,
hey, Robert Downey Jr. was black at one time, so that's all right. Tropic Thunder.
I only watched that recently, and that was awesome. And
that movie is pretty funny.
But he said it himself; it wouldn't be made today.
Yeah, no, hell no.
Yeah, he was like
I
it
mean,
wouldn't be accepted. I think he debunked any type of rumor that there was going to be another film that he was going to do.
Yeah, no.
He's like, nah, I'm never. He's not doing it.
Because he was on Joe Rogan, and he was saying that yeah, like it wouldn't be made today, but yet like a lot of my close black friends come up to me and going, that shit was funny as hell, like, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of them were like,
that
that shit was funny as hell. I mean, I think he even talked to at the time, he had a conversation with during the actual film, he had a conversation with even Wesley Snipes, and Wesley was like, "Yo," it's like he
I
couldn't
mean,
deny.
it's a clear parody of a method actor going too far. I mean, it's not like they were just doing the blackface just to throw it in there. Like there was actual something behind it instead of some of these other movies that are just like definitely the movie Soul Man wouldn't get made today. That is
No.
Blazing
That
Saddles.
is like one of the worst. Even back then, it's like, how the fuck?
How did they approve this, bro? Like, how did they even let it go? Like, they just, I couldn't believe it even then.
Right?
You know what I mean? And if that was done, oh hell no.
Jeez, no.
They don't even show the film on TNT or USA.
You won't have it. It'll be nowhere. No DVD, no Blu-ray. There's no need for it.
I had to look at a picture and get us so bad.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Fucking terrible, bro.
So
It's so terrible. We got Ghetto Smurf in the building. My man Beskar Kid. He said, so this is how low-key sound dies with Thunder's draws drops. Bro, that's never going to go away. Damn. I'm just letting you know that right now. It's never going away. We got Blitz 0065 in the building. Shiny is here. Thank you so much. Striker 47. We got let's see here, Dow Smith. He said, I never looked at Idris the same after The Wire. Idris Elba, definitely.
Right.
We got Mark Lee in the building. Thank you for being here. Whoever plays the dirty cop in Untouchables, that fought Sean Connery did a great Irish accent. What do you think about that, Shane?
I haven't seen the Untouchables.
Really?
Really? I haven't seen the Untouchables. I feel like.
We gonna have to do you like we do?
Oh no! I caught that. I caught that, and I was shaking my head at Mario a lot. Like, everyone has one or two classics they haven't seen, but like Mario needs to sit down for like a week, take a break from the parks, and we need to give him a list. Like, but
a list
Untouchables,
of like
no, I haven't seen.
Bro,
such a good movie,
bro.
Real quick, let me touch on this, right? Because I was going to put this in a little later. Since y'all brought it up, I'm supposed to catch up with him and Hughes later because Hughes and the family's at Disneyland Hotel this weekend, right?
So he's going to get you to buy stuff.
Always,
he's going to get you to buy stuff.
So I hit the guys as I was starting. What's the plan today? Because we have a storm in town right now. It's been raining all morning. Because it was supposed to be a pool day for us. So I was like, all right, what are we going to do if we do something? Mario says I'm chilling and sends us this.
Hold
from
on.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, he's watching it.
Good.
I'm like,
yeah, it is. That's a good show. Yeah,
that is.
This came out in '96
in one.
Shit. How you just now? It's 2023. It's 96. I like Kobe and Shaq hit LA. Jordan won his first of his second, third.
And Mario was not watching Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah, bro! Straight up, so much has happened. Hell, we had a black president, and you still didn't watch from Dusk Till Dawn.
A TJ adventurer didn't watch a TJ movie,
right? Exactly, bro. That was Mario's story. That was his story. So anyway, we got Sean Breeze in the building. What's up, Collector? Thank you for being here. Let's see here. We got Lancelot Nerd Corner. We got Ghetto Smurf in the building. Pilar 89 is in here. Ren's Talentino's in the building. Spice Run at the Leah Meyer. Blitz 0065. Viking Collectibles. Windman 42. We have the Empire Strikes in the building. We got Leonidas of Sparta in the building. Thank you for being here. We have Tim Harvey. We got Bino Benny in the building. I got nothing. He was trying to basically get both Anakin and the Joker. 12-inch Moose Stream is in the building. Thank you for being here. Mike Litoris is in the building. Thank you for being here. AJ Agrusa. Who else did we actually got out there? Figure Park is in the building. What is going on with you? Thank you for being here, man. Let's see who else we got. Brandon Silent is in the building as always. Thank you for being here, bro. Daryl Smith Jr. We got Dirk Diggler Stunt Double is in the building. Thank you for being here as well. Blazing Asian is in the building as well. We got Luminara in the building. She said, yeah, shame that he has not watched the movie. You already know. Mario is in here. You know it would be a repeat from last Wednesday, so definitely. What we are going to talk about first before we dip into anything, and I don't know, did anybody here see Blue Beetle yet? Anybody besides myself? You didn't see it yet?
Saw it on Monday.
You saw it on Monday. You saw it too, Cal? Yeah, so I saw it on Friday night. Me and the missus went and actually saw it. And without spoiling it for anybody who hasn't seen it, I thought it was a good film. I thought it was really, really, really good. I thought the family dynamic was incredible. A bit predictable. I'll say that. It was a predictable film the whole way through, so you knew where it was going. But other than that, I thought the film was definitely a good step in the right direction. Zolo as Jaime Reyes, he killed it. Like, he embodied the character, and to hear that James Gunn is saying that going forward he's going to be this character, I was like, I'm all in for it. Now we know it's going to probably be a different interpretation, but still, from what we got from the film, I enjoyed it. Definitely the family. Certain things were just like a little bit too far-fetched, like the grandma. Come on, man. But other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed the film. Cam, what did you think about it so far? And then again, we're not giving it away because I know Costa.
No, I
haven't seen it.
I thought it was a really great film. Like you said, the family dynamic really brought the holistic aspect of, you know, him growing up and trying to find his place in the world type thing, you know. And I thought it was great. It gave you like a little bit of backstory on other characters, but also something to look forward to moving into the next chapter of the Blue Beetle. So yeah, it was an exciting film, and definitely like you said, a great step in the right direction for DC for sure.
Yeah, definitely was, man. I was so excited about it. And again, representation was there. Now, Costa, we need to get a Greek superhero, bro, in the fray.
It's called Wonder Woman.
Well,
she's
like,
although they have Gal Gadot playing her.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
where is she from? She's Jewish.
She's
though,
Israeli.
Right? She's Israeli.
Yeah, she's definitely Israeli.
I mean, it's close. Middle East. I mean, a lot of what people don't realize, like, Greece shares a lot of the same, you know, customs and food and stuff with like the Middle Eastern countries. So we're all like, we should all be one people, everybody.
One holistic space, right? I know, man. Yes.
A friend of mine, well, actually, he was my mentor once I graduated from college, and he was the reason why I moved to Sydney, Australia, for music and engineering. His name is Paul Stephanitis. He, you know, basically owns Viking Lounge, and he's Greek. And basically, he gave me a whole tutorial. He took me through everything. So even the foods, I was like, he's like, with him, he had to scale back on foods just to drop pounds. He literally did. He said, which is hard because he said, coming from a Greek family is blasphemy if you don't. So I was like, I feel you, bro. I definitely feel you.
Yeah.
But Cal, what was your interpretation of the film, bro?
It was a fun film. Love the family dynamic of it. Man, had me missing my grandma. I was like, grandmas be gangsters before we were even thought of. Like, they had a life before we came about.
Yeah,
so keep that in mind. Your grandma was she had a life before we came around.
Exactly.
Exactly. More than anything else, I love that it was just a film in itself. You didn't have to worry about anything extra. There was no other characters that we had to tie into. No other world building. We just were able to enjoy this film and just sit back, have a good movie at the theater. So I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I agree. That was one point that I actually said I was happy about. And Shane, definitely, if you go see it, I know you'll be happy about this too, is that it's no tie-ins. It's its own film. Like, it's its own level of enjoyment. When you see this film, you don't have to worry about associating it with anything else.
Can I touch on something else real quick? Blue Sunrise said it definitely did have a Guyver feel to the suit.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
It did.
It definitely
Yeah.
had that suit
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, it was Shane. It would be in Shane and Casa. It'd be basically mixing. So it was like if you're watching Guyver and Iron Man 2. So just keep that in mind.
Bro. The whole
Well-
film, I was like, it's like Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Very
In
much.
fairness, I love Iron Man. And
Okay.
I
There
loved
you go.
MacGyver. As a kid, I used to watch
There you
MacGyver
go.
the whole time.
No,
He
no,
could
no,
make
no.
little things out
No,
of...
no, no, no,
No,
Not
not
I know.
Guyver.
Two different things.
MacGyver.
Not that guy.
You know,
Mullet.
MacGyver, you like give him some lollipop
Paper
sticks
clips and shit
and a
lollipop.
stapler,
Out of
and
any-
you get a bazooka. You know,
I was about to say, come on, don't hit me with a Mario quote right now.
Shit.
yeah, I love the way MacGyver, like, you know, we don't use guns, but I'm gonna shoot you with a stapler gun. I'm just after
There you
making. You
go.
know what I mean?
Yo,
When
anyway.
we
What a
talk
theme
about
tune,
no
though.
tie-ins, when we talk about no tie-ins, the MCU actually kind of started that way. Like the movie itself was
Yeah.
self-contained,
Mhm,
and then you would have the little thing at the end and the
mhm.
mid credits that would tie it to something else.
Yeah,
And I think I think they definitely need to go back to that model so that people can
Mhm.
watch the movie on its own over and over. Because I'll go back to any one of those in the first three phases that are not like the team up movies.
Mhm, mhm.
And I'm just like Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, the Thor
Yeah.
movies, like
Yeah.
the Captain America, you know, movies,
Yeah.
except for Civil
And I
War,
think
obviously.
that was the successful part of what Marvel has been able to do and sustain.
Yeah.
DC, I think that they need to basically carve out their own approach to the cinematic experience.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
because they tried to rush to do it, to sort of copy what was being done, you know, by Marvel, I think that was a step in the wrong direction for them. With this film, the reason why I like it is because there's potential for the character's growth outside of what's been done, and you're not tying him into anything else.
Right.
If James Gunn is taking a different direction with the DC universe, then having this character in starting off with a slate that didn't tie into everything else makes so much sense. Even some of the references that were made, it wasn't tying it into any of the characters that we know. You know what I mean? So it was its own thing. And if they're going to take this character in a direction, this is a safe bet. And the thing is, it's smart for James Gunn to look at this film and say, you know what? Yes, this film would be a great start off, or a great start to bring it in a character that wasn't directly tied into the Snyderverse. And I think that they did it well with this particular film. So him selecting this character is saying, okay, going forward, you know, that makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
Yeah, and I think it's great that they don't give you too much, you know, because they're saving stuff for, you know, whatever's to come in the future. But it's funny because they're saying that this isn't tied in at all, right?
Nah.
But so I went to the early premiere on Monday. They gave us a comic book that was called Blue Beetle Graduation, right? And it's featuring the new James Gunn Superman in the little comic, right?
Wow.
And so I'm like, is he in it or is his ass not? Like what? Like what's going on? I'm confused. So I don't know. It's a mix. It's a mix, I guess.
I think if the box office is great, he's in it.
Yeah.
If the box office isn't, because from what I heard is that they kind of like straddle that line where it could be, you know, part of the new DCU,
right? And
you know, or it could be considered part of the DCEU. But yeah, I think if this does well, they could easily move him in at any point, and you don't need to do another what do you call it, the origin story, right? You just throw him in, or even do a second movie, but maybe not have it like connected to this movie. I don't know. I you know, I'm not an executive at at DC, at least not yet.
It's crazy. I think a lot of people were saying, like, after the film, they were saying that, oh man, this would be a great tie-in to like Young Justice or like Teen Titans, seeing some of those characters later down the road. But it's a great film.
Yeah, it's definitely a great film. You know, and there are 2 post-credit scenes that you can actually watch. So definitely, you know, all in all, I think it was definitely a great film, and something that I think people will gravitate to, will watch, and, you know, Look, aside from what it's doing in the box office right now, just go see it yourself and enjoy it. You know, even if you don't plan on seeing it in the theaters, if you don't want to, when it comes, if it comes, you know, straight to or you know, streaming process, stuff like that, you'll enjoy it. I think you will. I think you'll definitely enjoy the film for what it is. But I did, you know, I definitely enjoyed it. I tell you what I did enjoy. Before we get into the mania, I tell you what I did enjoy. Okay. Something that I thoroughly enjoyed on Friday morning that just set my day right. And that was this. This right here, I thoroughly enjoyed. I was so happy that the Sandtrooper Sergeant and the Dewback was finally released. Something that we didn't think or didn't know whether or not they would do it. They surprised us. They surprised us, and they absolutely nailed it. They released it, or they revealed it. So now it's up for pre-order for those who want to get it. You can. Cam already know. You don't have to say nothing. I already know.
You already know.
But just the quality and detail of it. What do you think about the reveal, Cam?
I'm not getting it.
I mean, I know you're not getting it.
I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Look at it. It's a stormtrooper. Sorry, Sandtrooper. Excuse me, everybody. And it's a sergeant. Sandtrooper. Let's be back. Yeah. What else can you ask for, guys? I mean, what, an N1? Come on. Let's just get real here. This is as good as it gets. He's like, no, it's not happening. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, the weathering looks even better. Really makes it more realistic, but definitely something I'm not picking up. But I'm excited for all you guys that are adding this to your collection. It looks huge. I would be concerned about space, to be honest with you.
I think they said it's like 36 inches or 37 inches or something like that. Yeah.
It's 80 centimeters, which is like 2.7 feet. It's nearly 3 feet long. That is like
the size of my baby, basically.
Ridiculous.
So bigger than my baby, matter of fact. That's like, crazy.
This is going to take up an entire window. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? If you have it, like, it's huge.
Definitely a good piece. Costa, what you think about this, man?
I fucking love it. Listen, this all day over the N1, mainly because original trilogy. Like,
yeah,
original trilogy, like the N1, yeah, it's great. It's a big piece, but that's from a recent show that, like, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have an N1, but I will pick over a regular painted Naboo starfighter over the N1 all day. I'll take any of the other vehicles, these creatures. I'm very happy. I'm going to have to figure out how to fit this thing in, because I do have a ton of rewards points that will cut the price on this sucker. And it'll go. Do you see? I was able to fit the snow speeder up there. It's up there somewhere.
Yeah, I saw it. So
it worked out fine. This looks spectacular, and for everybody out there that's like, this doesn't look like the whatever one from the movie, that you're looking at the special edition version of it. This is the actual prop, the actual one from the original because they have the fur. This is what this is like, a picture, this would be a still from the original movie. I like the deluxe that you can change the mouth. Love that. Or change the leg. That's fantastic. This gives me hope for Tauntauns and Luke and Han in their Hoth gear. So if they can make this, they can make the Tauntauns. Like, why wouldn't they? So yes, for this. I was kind of on the fence yesterday morning, or was it yesterday morning when these were released? Oh, God. No, this was we're on Sunday.
Friday. This was Friday.
Yeah, Friday. It was yeah. I was like, I don't know. It's 700, but then when I math it out, and do 15 months, let's say, to pay it off, and now I have like over a few $100s in Sideshow rewards, that really brings it down for me, and I will find a spot here or on a wall. I'll make a separate display case for it to put it on the fucking wall.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think it will? All right, especially the measurements of this piece. Do you think it would fit comfortably inside a Costa case?
Oh, of course. These are 4 feet wide. So yeah,
exactly.
I could even fit it in. This case is 3 feet long, 36 inches plus. I could put it like in here. Imagine it like facing you coming out of this display, which I think would be cool. But you can also still see the whole thing because this display comes out 12 inches from my main display case. So, so yeah, I mean, this is like this is a statement piece. I think it's more of a statement piece than for me personally, than the N1 because it's original trilogy. You even get the little piece that says, "Hey, look, droids." Look, they're droids. You know that. I love it.
I love that. I love that.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I saw that and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like they didn't like go, oh, we'll put it under Mando or this or that. And I don't know if we've seen these in Mando, because I cannot remember for the life of me. Like the 3 seasons, they all blur together.
I don't think he was ever on.
I remember Luke, and I remember seeing Grogu in the you know the big moments. But yeah, if you're a big Star Wars fan and you can figure out a way to put this in your collection, I would do it I'm going to, but I would freaking do it in a heartbeat. Anything original trilogy, like they're doing I need them to do more of that. I need
anything
them to
OT.
do more.
They definitely need to pay more homage to anything that's going to be OT, bro, because such a good job. And the simple fact that you're showing, which, you know what, gives me more hope that they'll even release, you know, that Death Star, what was it, the Death
display?
Star? Yeah. Hopefully they'll do that.
I mean, that would, to me, that's easier to make, and it's smaller than this thing.
Yeah. It would it would be a no-brainer for them to do something like that, bro.
Watch next week. We're gonna get a lot of Ahsoka, but maybe we'll get some of the these other things sprinkled in. I'm excited for next week. So if one of your topics is about next week, I'm gonna hold off.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk about that. Right. So we'll hold off. We'll get into that. Shane, what's your thoughts on this piece, man?
I'm really happy I was wrong, because when I saw all this stuff in the Sideshow Con, then they showed it again for the Hot Toys like summer showcase types thing or whatever. I thought, no, this is going to purgatory, like a lot of that stuff, and I still think a lot of that stuff will end up in purgatory. But this is one of those situations where like I'm happy I was wrong. No one likes being wrong. I'm delighted I'm wrong, because it's the same as the N1. I've said since the start, I don't think they're doing it, but I want to be wrong because there's people out there that want it. I want to feed off people's excitement. I want to see what it looks like, what lights up, the price, shipping, all that kind of stuff. I want to watch the stream. So yeah, look, this is one of those situations where it's like, it's an original trilogy. I mean, original trilogy is kind of like, for me, it's okay. It's kind of like that the Dark Knight. I approach it in the Dark Knight way. Yeah. Like if there's a figure comes out in the Dark Knight, I'm not guaranteed to get it, but I'm guaranteed to always take a look. Whereas other things I rule out straight away. Like this thing, I'm just going to be brutally honest. I don't have the space for it.
Yeah, so that's what I kind of figured. Yeah.
As a child, like I was always the kid who, liked spaceships and rockets and fighter jets and, like vehicles. I was a vehicle kid. I never had like, dinosaurs or stuff like that growing up. I was more into the vehicle side of things. So as a 12-inch Moose Stream pointed out in the chat, this is basically a vehicle. This is 80 centimeters long. And I've committed to getting the 1989 Batmobile, so I don't have space for this. Now, I presume you're going to talk about the Trooper separately, yeah? Or
you can get one with the Trooper separately. You can get the Trooper separately from this as well.
Gotcha.
But this is the actual set. So,
right. So, but I mean, like, are you gonna? Are we talking about both the Trooper and the Dewback now?
Yeah.
Because the Trooper, the Dewback, I'm not getting, but the I'm delighted it's out there for the diehard original trilogy fans who love creatures and stuff like that. But the Trooper I have to get. I mean, it's
So
original
you're going to
trilogy.
get that Trooper?
Oh yeah. It's original trilogy. It's weathered. You know how I love battle damage and weathered stuff. It's a different type of Trooper that I don't have. It comes with a bunch of different stuff. Love the little touch that Costa pointed out about the little. It's just a piece of. I presume it's just gonna be a circular piece of plastic, but it is pretty damn cool. The pauldron, the gun, the backpack, all the binoculars. I love the fact that it comes with the binoculars. That would really attract me to the clone pilot, and I haven't picked one of those up yet, but. Yeah, like I'm all in this. This is a great day. This is great. Just a random, a new.
And then that
drop.
piece right there, shit.
Yeah, like that's how I'd probably pose it as well, because you're incorporating. Obviously he's got the pauldron attached to him and all the satchels, but you have the backpack on there. Maybe hold it like that. I wonder, can you connect the binoculars onto his backpack or something? But yeah, really cool. And the Dewback is like, from what we're seeing in the prototype, I love the way it's mixed media. So you got the paint apps and the scales on the face are different to the scales on the legs and stuff like that. All the different satchels are probably leather, but then you got the kind of furry bits and stuff like that, the kind of part of the saddle. Really, really cool. Actually, shout out to Mike L in the chat. He was saying that when he first saw this, that he was thinking, I think he was interested in him, but he said, I wonder, like, will they give you a swap out, see the bent arm, the bent leg? Like, he was actually saying before it even was announced, when he saw it in Sideshow, he wondered, would they give a swap out straight one, because people are getting two. You could add, one with the straight leg and one with the bent leg. Yeah. And he was dead right. And that's exactly what they did. And you've got the swap out open and closed mount. So people are getting two. Yeah. Maybe they do that Trooper with the yellow or the orange pauldron. Put that on one, this on another. One with the bent leg, one with the straight leg. Like, yeah, there you go. So, speaking to the choir, look, this is a great day for original trilogy collectors. I'm in on the Trooper. Unfortunately, I'm out on the Dewback. The
Dewback, I you know what, bro? Because you hit it right on the nose. For me, it was definitely getting two, because I wanted to have two different expressions, two different Dewbacks. You know what I mean? It was incredible. It would be an incredible display, and I was like, you know what? I would be doing myself a disservice. This original trilogy. This piece I've been wanting for so long. We've been talking about it for so many years. Now all they have to do now is give us Luke and that Tauntaun. And I'm like, yes, I'm all in on that piece. And it looks like they might even be headed in that direction. We don't know when, but they could. But giving us something like this, it just makes, it just makes everything better for me. And I think that was, for me, was the highlight, along with another figure we're going to talk about in just a few moments. Cal, are you getting this right here, bro?
I've got less words than Cam on this one. Hell no.
He said, nah, I'm not getting this, bro. I'm just not going to do it. I just can't. Spacing, is it like more so spacing issue as well?
I don't know where to put this shit yet. So and got three more vehicles, which I have space for those that I've already mapped out, but this one I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I want to put it. So no, a dinosaur with a long ass leg and big ass head, I'm cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But I tell you what, Cal. I get
y'all there getting it though. I look forward to seeing it in your guys' collections.
Hell yeah, bro. I definitely can't wait. But Cal, I know you're not going to get it, bro, and I completely understand your reasoning for why you're not going to get it. But I know what you will possibly get. What might end up in your collection, bro. And that is this piece right here.
Let me check if I got my invoice.
Did you get your invoice?
I'm checking if my invoice came in yet. I don't think it has
get that yet. Yeah,
but I do have two ordered. I reached out to Second Brother. I'm blessing with the second one, and then he hit me. He was like, "Yo, how much?" I was like, "Bro, it's retail. Like, what am I going to charge you for this for? Come on now." So because I was like, originally I wanted to do like two different scenes, especially since he had the other tribal mask coming. But I only need one. I'll be happy with one. So the fact that I already have another one secured, he can have it, no problem. But look forward to this one though.
Yeah, definitely looking forward. Cam, what about you, bro? Like, I mean, I know you. Did you get your invoice? I mean, is it already paid? Is it on its way? But what's going on with you,
No,
bro?
so I got mine saying that it's going to be processed, but I haven't gotten the actual process yet. So I'm guessing maybe mine will maybe take another week or so. Is what I'm hoping. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just so excited to see this one, man, in hand. A lot of people have displayed it and kind of shown like little previews of it, and it looks really good. So excited to see this one, man.
Bro, look at this. Like this, look at this, him on the throne. And I said this before, like, this was my favorite suit compared to the standalone film. This was one that was definitely my favorite because it was more accurate. And I like that. Like this one is different because of the muscle tone, how they've actually done it. A bit more articulation, and people were talking about the head sculpt. So it definitely is the same head sculpt, but I think they repainted it. I think it's the paint applications on this one is a bit different. It's a bit more detailed. It's not softer, but it's more defined than the other one is.
Yeah. And my thing is like, man, they're showing us this Killmonger too. And I'm like, don't play with us. Like, you're gonna drop a Killmonger as well. Like,
I don't know.
I like to know. And T'Chaka was in these photos too. And I'm like,
yeah. See, and I have all of them, so I'm good. I'm good.
None of the asses.
I got all of them. I was going in deep on this line. I was like, I'm not letting any of it go, bro. I already knew it. And then when this one dropped, I was like, it was my chance to get a hold of the original suit and to know it's a 2.0. I was definitely all in. So it was definitely a no-brainer for me to have it. So I'm excited. Costa, what about you, man? You getting this in hand?
I want this so bad, but you have to look at your budget and pick the things that you prioritize things. And this was one of those ones that I really, 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 really wanted because I want a representation of Black Panther. But then I had to stop with my Marvel, and I'm focusing on Star Wars right now. So I don't know. I'm sad because I can't have it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Pretty much. I'm just sad right now. I will listen. Let me get my shit together. Get this party rolling over here, and and I'll eventually get them. I did put myself on the wait list. I don't know. I want them. I think it looks great. I don't know why people were having such issues with the head sculpt. To me, it looks really good.
It definitely looks good.
And then I'm like, are my eyes are my eyes going bad or something? Am I not seeing something that other people are like, oh, this is the same old head sculpt. Ugh. And I'm like, ugh, look at it. It's Chadwick.
Yeah, it definitely you see it. It just looks like his eyes look a little bit glossy, like you smoke some weed. But yeah, other than that, you know what I mean?
Just for the ceremonial stuff. Just for the ceremonial stuff alone for this figure. It's like totally worth getting it. I love that movie. And I want, like, for me, I was trying to collect the figures that I liked in the first 3 phases of the MCU, because I've watched those movies in a row. Like at one point I was doing it once a month, cycling through every single movie and then just rewatching it because it made me happy in my brain, the dopamine hits from watching the first 3 phases of the MCU. Anyway, I'm sad.
Hey,
thanks, Lael.
What goes around comes around. It might actually end up around your collection, bro. Don't lose hope.
I hope so.
Definitely don't lose hope on that. Shane, what about you, bro?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted there. I don't have this currently on pre-order, and it's not actually on my wish list at the moment. Haven't ruled it out. Just kind of similar to Costa, really. There is a storm coming, and I have to kind of prioritize what I like more and what I connect more with. But like obviously I do like the suit, I do like the character, and that kind of Chadwick Boseman effect as well. That's what kind of draws me into this. So at the moment, I'm not putting the trigger on it, but it's one that I haven't ruled out. It's kind of similar to it's the new Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that. I have my reasons why, I haven't ordered it, but it's because the head sculpt's so good and Giancarlo Esposito, I'm on a knife edge with that as well. But currently it's a no from me, but yeah, I don't have a Black Panther in my collection, and I think this is good. I think they've updated those paint apps a bit. It seems to be the same sculpt, better paint apps, and I like the way they've included the ceremonial stuff, even though he never actually used the suit and the shield and stuff all together. But who cares? Like, it'll look cool. Do you know?
Yeah, it definitely looks decent, bro. And again, for me, when you talk about Storm, this was part of my Storm. You know what I mean? It's something that I knew was coming, but I was excited, but it was a priority for me because I love Black Panther so much. You know what I mean? I love, just the interpretation of the character on the silver screen, and I think Chadwick did it so much justice. And I always basically have, an aspect of, him and, may he rest in peace and his contribution. And then to get this ceremonial shield and the actual mask, I'm like, yeah, that and I can't wait till they release the Shuri, because once they do that, to complete the line or to have just that completed line is going to be incredible. So I definitely can't wait for it. And again, I already have the throne thanks to my lovely and incredible woman, Latoya T. That was one of the first pieces that she blessed me with, and I would cherish that for the rest of my life, knowing that it came from her. So that's another moment that definitely makes it all the more better. And I love it. But yeah, definitely anybody out there who's going to get this in hand, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have secured the bag, as a lot of people are saying nowadays. Securing that bag. Make sure that you were one of the people who did it. I want to be a bit okay. So let's do this. Let's do this real quick.
Why is everyone saying secured the bag? I've heard that like on every stream for the last few weeks.
Yeah, securing the bag.
I'm gonna have to put that in collector's say.
Yeah. You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You definitely have to. You definitely have to put it in because it's definitely there. So let's kind of shift over. So we're going to start with Thursday first. Okay. So we're going to start with Thursday first. Now, we're starting with Thursday. And the reason why I'm starting with Thursday is because we got the exclusive pre-order release for the Rooted Hair Joker. Now, there were a lot of people that were, interested in this piece, those who missed out on the in-art version, or for those who deliberately missed out on the in-art version because they believed that Hot Toys would release this version, and they definitely did. And they did it rooted, of course, with the wool hair. But they gave us also a sculpted version. So I love that they do that. They did that, and that sculpted version is actually available. And I'm even thinking about getting that sculpted version just because I'm like, it looks good. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I haven't pre-ordered or anything like that, but it looks good. But this was released, and there were 4,000 of these pieces. I think they said it. Yeah, worldwide. I think it was worldwide 4,000, right? So basically they released it, and there were people, and I'm gonna tell you. So, and I was talking about this on I think Thursday. I actually went in for this just to see if I can get it. Got in a queue. I don't even know what number I was. All I know is that when I got in the queue, I shipped it right over. I could have made the payment to buy it, and I'd have been secured, but I didn't do it because I was like, I just wanted to see if I could get in, and I got in. And as soon as I got in, I just exited out. I was like, all right, cool. I just wanted to see how the system worked. And I think the system for itself on that Thursday worked perfectly fine. People who wanted it were able to secure it. And you still have the sculpted hair option. Did anybody here go for this piece?
I did what you did. I wanted to test the system out for that Friday. Mm-hmm. Went in. I got like number 2,700 something, and I was like, I'm not gonna get this. But I got in. I put it in my cart. I did all that stuff, and then I was like, delete, and left.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Because I just mainly wanted to see if I could pull it off. You know what I mean? And I wanted to see how the system worked. But I knew that the system would change the very next day. I knew it would be different, slightly different. And I knew it was going to be harder the next day. And it was. But again, I thought that for what they did on Thursday, it worked. It was smooth for a lot of people. I didn't hear, now there might have been some complaints, but I didn't hear too many complaints, because I think what was going against but for this at the same time was InArt had already released. There were people who already had that piece in hand. So a lot of people didn't go after it. For the people who missed out on the InArt version, they were able to basically get this. Plus, there was a rooted, a sculpted hair version. So you had those two options. So I knew that it was going to be slightly a bit easier to get this than anything else. Shane, I know you because you have the InArt version. This wasn't something on your radar, correct?
Yeah, not on my radar. Yeah, I have 2 InArt figures and I'm very, very satisfied with them. So yeah, I wouldn't see the point in getting this personally. Like, I know like people, it probably, if someone doesn't have a rooted hair Joker and it's not locked behind a 2-figure paywall, I completely see that. But yeah, like I have the 2 InArt ones, so yeah, I'd rather take the funds that I could spend on this
and get something,
put it to something new. So yeah, I'm happy with what I have, to be honest.
Exactly. Same, definitely same. Cal, what about you? Did you try this to see how it would test out and work?
I didn't. I didn't even pay attention to it until I heard you guys talking about it later in the evening.
Yeah. Y'all hear y'all out there in the chat. See, this motherfucker be wondering why, chicks be dropping their drawers. You'll just hear that bass just come in.
First off,
like it sounded like it was a turn around. I understand you're married, but I'm just saying
you're gonna get the man in trouble.
You wonder why we be talking about drop them drawers, because the bass comes in. Like that bass, everybody else is just talking normally. We struggling to get that voice, and he just makes it sound easy. He's like, yeah, so and it echoes. It's like it has like a vibrato to it. So anyway,
can Calvin do a couple of verses of some Barry White?
That's right.
Get some of that.
Yo, we're gonna send him like, I'm gonna play some music next time and make him sing the whole song.
Get enough of your love.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. But nah, yeah, bro. Like I for me, it was again just testing the field, testing the waters just to see what would work, and if they would kind of change the strategy from what they did before. But it was one thing that they did not change, and that was how they sent out the reminder. The shit came out like 10 minutes later. And some people I didn't even get the fucking reminder. And I actually, I didn't get that shit at all. At fucking all. But again, it is what it is, bro. Fuck it. He said Cal sounds like the deep voice member of Boys to Men. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, he had a bald head too. Hey, yo. So he did. He definitely did.
He did.
Cam,
not in the 90s.
He did. Yeah, that's right. In the 90s, he didn't. So Cam, what about? Well, he said, "Nah, I ain't go for this shit." I know you didn't. You ain't
yeah, I'm gonna go like my man Nate. No, I ain't get it. I didn't get it at all.
He's like, I ain't get it. Nate from Boys to Men. He's like, yeah,
I ain't even check it. Like, I didn't even check it at all. Like, it wasn't on my radar because, of course, this isn't something I collect.
Yeah.
Still waiting for my wife to magically pop up with the InArt version.
Oh yeah, she did talk about
It's
that,
unlikely.
bro.
I'm gonna be honest. It's looking more and
But
more.
memories
real quick.
Yeah.
Why are we not getting on Cam in his voice? That's just deep as hell. He got
Yeah, it
a
is.
thick ass beard.
Yeah.
Actually, my voice isn't that high. There you go.
See, look, now you're trying to clear this up.
Yeah, he's trying to clear it up.
Just bring it
But
up
see,
a little
the reason
bit.
why, bro, we've been getting on Cam for like almost 2 years now, bro.
Yeah,
and
this is
the
just
thing
normal
is,
for me now.
I mean,
all right, well.
deep voice, beard, and the light skinned Drake syndrome. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's
I have a problem. I have a disease.
he is it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? So Cam, we got to kind of shift and shift back and forth. You know what I mean? It's the way it works.
Like it's not my
But
time
nah,
anymore.
yeah. So with this, we can honestly say that, for those who were trying to get it, it was a bit smoother of a transaction, or a smooth, more of a smooth journey than what it was for, and let's actually pull this up here now. This guy right here. Now, here's the thing. There are two people on this panel right now. Yeah, I'm calling y'all out, and I just want to see how the chat's going to respond. Two people on this panel right now that, Shane, write this down, secured the bag. Two people that have done it. Okay. So
hashtag secure
the bag. Exactly.
Shit collectors say. Ask the guys what the fuck that means before making video. Okay, cool. I'm out of the loop here, guys, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right. But okay, so Calvin and Costa, you both actually secured it. Calvin, I'm gonna start with you first because we talked about it behind the scenes. Because here's the thing, it was crazy when I heard Rita, she said when she went in to try to get it, her notification is that she was number 10,000.
Damn.
10,000, bro. She was number 10. When she saw it, she's like, yeah, I'm out. She's like, I'm out.
That's crazy.
Number 10,000. I've even heard some people say that, on one queue, I was number 200 or 250. When I signed into the other queue, all of a sudden, I was all the way down to 2,000 something. And I was like, shit. Cal, once again, how did you secure the bag?
The funny thing is, knowing what that really means, I'm like, I don't really feel like I secured the bag, but I mean, I got to
but exactly,
that,
bro.
But
the figure don't have nothing to do with what it really means.
Especially seeing what these damn NBA contracts are looking like. I know what to secure the bag meant.
Exactly.
But anyway,
exactly.
Honestly, it was just more of I just had time and opportunity. I was at work. I was up north. I woke up I got up about 7:45, 8 o'clock. A couple of the chats I'm involved with, where the guys were already going back. Mario was, getting everybody riled up, getting ready for the time slot. And I didn't have my delivery till 10 a.m. I was about a half an hour from there, so I didn't have to leave till 9:30. So I was like, fuck it, I got time on my hands. I'm not driving at the moment. Let me give it a shot. I didn't experience yesterday's queue from what everybody was talking about, so I'll give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I hit the link, set my phone aside, start getting ready for my day. Next thing I know, my screen pops up. It says you're number 84. And I was like, okay. I see the guys chatting. So I see 2,200, 2,700, 1,500. Marco was actually number 19. I was like, well, damn, okay. And then, so I was like, well, let me see what the process is. So it line paused. That opened up, kicked me out for a minute, and then kicked me back into another queue. And it said I was maybe 800 or something like that. But the line moved fast as shit. It was like 3 minutes. And I just saw the timeline just go like this. And it was like, you're next in line. Popped up, available, hit the cart. The only snag I had was one of my cards that I selected to pay with was expired on the expiration date. Selected another card, went through fine. Now, at that point, it was 9:20. I'd say I jumped in about 8:40 into the queue. It was 9:20 at that point, because they didn't start us to 9:15.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so just as the screen popped up to say I had secured it, then I get a text message from Sideshow saying Anakin available for pre-order.
At 9:15.
At 9:20.
At night. See, ain't that some bullshit?
At 9:20.
Ain't that some bullshit? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like this is again, yes, the system might have been, functional, but when you basically say that you got the notification
literally
at
seconds after
20 seconds after you had already secured it, what is that saying? Like, that is a system, unless there's a lag, I don't know. Can't really explain it, but for you, the transition wasn't hard.
It didn't come across. Like I said, the only snag was my own personal error of my card being expired. Otherwise,
But when you
it would have been
dipped
faster than
in,
that.
you dipped in at what time in the morning?
I remember exact 8:30, 8:40. It's whenever Mario had
Mm-hmm.
given us the link. Like I said, I
Gotcha.
just because I heard people talking about there was a link inside the link,
Mhm.
and I never experienced that. I just hit whatever Mario had sent because he sent it to our Frankenstein's chat, our LWO chat, I believe our
Yeah.
Frankenstein's or one other chat, our Disneyland chat. And so I just found one, hit it, and just set my phone up and let it just cycle through.
I was 10 minutes early, but the line rested. I started at 500, then moved to 9,000. Damn. Damn.
I don't think he was in the Anakin line to begin with at 500. I think he was in the line to get into Sideshow's website. When people tell me that they started out at this number and then it moved up, when you were in the Anakin queue before the countdown started, and then the countdown happened, and you're waiting for it. At one point at 9 o'clock, it stopped and it said line paused, right?
Yeah.
And then, like a couple minutes after that, it gave you your number for Anakin. When it restarted again at 9:15, it actually restarted around 9:12, not 9:15 from what it was looking at, because mine was going down. Mine did not reset to a higher number. I'm assuming that the people that started out at a low number were actually in the Sideshow queue to get into the Sideshow website and not the actual figure. And I'm glad I figured this out days beforehand, or actually weeks, because when they were doing one of the other limited editions, you had the Miles and the two Spider-Man figures. On those days when you clicked and they were about to start the queue, or when they were about to start the pre-sale for those other figures, their website went to a queue system to just get into the website. And I was like, damn, they're queuing just to get into the website. This is crazy.
They're queuing just to get in the queue.
Right.
Yeah. So in my head, I was like, okay. And then I saw it during the Joker happen just really quick. And I was like, I'm not going to fall for this shit. I am going to, at 8:30, well, it was 11:30 my time, but 8:30 Pacific, I'm going to open up my the Anakin coming soon page, the RSVP page, because I also noticed that if you already had it opened, it'll automatically start the countdown for you because the site will refresh.
Yeah.
This thing was not my first. I said this before. This is not my first rodeo on getting something exclusive. Ticketmaster or a couple of the big places, arenas here will use the Queue-it system for tickets. Like I had to do it for Depeche Mode and Duran Duran and The Cure. So I had to, go through that system with them. And then Run Disney uses the Queue-it system, so you can be part of the races, because there are way more people that want to do these Run Disney races than want to buy these figures. And that system, it's crazy. And I think at this point, it has to be the fairest that you can get, because you come early, you wait in the countdown, and then you'll get randomly put into the queue.
Yeah.
Right? How else can you do it? You don't know when somebody gets online. You don't know what place you're in when you get there. Right? Like when they don't show you. And to be there first, I mean, serious. This is not like we're running like back in the day going to Ticketmaster. Like I remember for 9 Inch Nails, I went 12 hours before they went on sale in 1993 to get tickets for their show in 94. And I sat there for hours while people were piling up behind me. And me and my roommate at the time in college, we were like the first two, and we were able to secure our tickets. You can't do that with online, because you don't know when, I don't know. To me, it's just more fair. You start off with the lottery. If I didn't get it, I probably would have, I didn't get the Spider-Man figure. I didn't get the Mark 7, and I really wanted the D100 Mark 7.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it. But it was a lottery, so I was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's not the system crashing, and the worst part of you put it in the cart and then you get kicked out of the cart and then you're like, no, and then you go back and you add it to your cart and then you keep on getting kicked out of this cart and it's just fucking crazy. And then they're like, 404 error, we can't find it anymore. Like I said, what I did and take these tips as you will. You get there early. It doesn't matter if it's Ticketmaster or whatever. Don't wait for an email to remind you. You know what time it's going to go on sale.
Yeah, you know exactly
what time it's going to go on sale.
Yeah.
Set your own alarm because Ticketmaster does the same goddamn thing. They're like, oh, we'll let you know. And then it shows up at the time of the thing. And you're like, oh, no. And you're scrambling to get in. Get in early.
Yeah. That's the same thing that you have to do even with Comic-Con. Like what New York Comic-Con.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say it is. Get there early. Go to the page that it's going to happen on. If you want to click on a link that'll take you directly there, awesome. The other thing is if double check the first page that you get into, because if you looked at the page to get into Sideshow, there was a link at the bottom that said, if you're looking for the Anakin pre-order, click here. And then it would take you in. But just be there early. Be there early. Check if there's always gonna be a countdown. Wait for the countdown. To me, it wasn't really that different. They paused it at 9:00 and then you got assigned your number. Make sure you're on multiple devices. That's why there was 10,000 people, because there were a lot of people on multiple devices. So it increased the number showing on the screen. That'll increase your shot at possibly getting a low number. Is it guaranteed? No. You could randomly get all three, be like 3,000, 5,000, and number 8,000. I got lucky that I had one that turned out to be 284. One was 1,500, and my last one was like 3,500. So I had three going up. And then just after that, just be calm. Take a deep breath when you get in there. Look with Calvin. He was just chill. You just go in there, you click. I got kicked out again, right? So when I added it to cart, it kicked me out and put me in another queue. But here's what I think happened with that. I got in. I clicked the add to cart button. It kicked me out to get into the queue to pay for it. So to keep things even more orderly, I think when you got kicked out that first time when adding it to cart, it was just to keep the system running smoothly, and you were just in the queue to get to the cart, which exactly what happened when I went back down to 0, which took less than a minute to get back down to 0 and back into it. It automatically opened up to the cart. You click the little message that says I will pay for the, I don't know, that you have to click the checkbox. You can add rewards, which was great. No payment plan, but as I've said on other streams, you can do your own payment plan. Figure out when this is going to be released, count the months, and each month buy a Sideshow gift card and then apply it to the figure. You don't have to worry about Sideshow's payment plans, because I think it's better. Like, Sideshow doesn't start the payment plan until roughly 3 to 6 months before the figure is going to be released. If you want to divide it over more months, it's just better to do it that way.
You just have time to plan at that point.
Yeah, and then you click on I clicked on buy, and I got it, and I had to like look at it, check my email to make sure that it was really happening to me, and then I had to check my orders to make sure that it was in there, and I'm looking at the orders every day to make sure that it's in there because I wanted this so bad. Like
Yeah.
I don't have a light side Anakin in my collection. You're spending $400 to $500 for one anyway. Might as well get, this
best
one with the
Yeah.
lightsabers are updated. Hopefully the rooted hair comes out. I'm just but just to
That's
have
the
light
way.
side.
Yeah, and I think that's the way it was. Like I have the light side version, and I have also the Clone Wars version, and I think basically I was satisfied with that. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't go for this, and I just didn't want to go through the hassle. I just didn't have the time to do it. But I'm happy that everybody else was able to get it because I know a lot of people wanted it. I felt bad for Aries because I know Aries wanted it
Oh, me
and he
too.
wasn't able to get it.
I was trying to message. I should have direct messaged him, and I'm on my computer going, "No Aries," and I'm typing, "You're on the wrong wait list.
Oh
You're on
no.
the wrong list. You need to get inside the thing, Aries."
Yeah, and he didn't
Like,
do it. We got a $5 super chat by my man, 12-inch Smooth Stream. He said, I secured the bag, Anakin. I opened 2 browsers on my phone. One said 79th, other one said 2979. I chose the 79. I just waited till I was prompted. Glee is real. So definitely he was able to get it. So again, we are seeing that people were able to secure 116 people in here. I don't like 124, but it keeps fluctuating back and forth. Make sure you hit that like button, get us to 100 likes if you can. I definitely do appreciate that. My thing is this: when we're talking about stuff like this and the exclusivity of these pieces, again, we know that this Anakin was, or is, by margin, it's like how much? What was it, like $410? I believe.
Yep.
So not a lot. But it is up there. It is steep, and it's, again, we've talked about this before. And even looking at the screen, 300, a 3,000 limited edition size. So if you were number 10,000, your chances were slim. Don't even try. You might as well just wait for the wait list and see if that converts. But even at 10,000, if there were already so many people that are probably doing the same thing, it is a tight situation. And I think that even if you tag or you go over to the wait list, even right now, I got an error. Like I just got a 405 error, trying to go over to the wait list just to basically see, if in fact, let me try to, log in now and see if I could, see what it's going to say. So when you go in and you want to get to the wait list, it says you're on the wait list. So it says I'm currently on the wait list for it. Now, I don't want it, but I just wanted to see what it was going to actually do. So it placed me automatically on the wait list amongst everybody else that's there. So which means it's not even saying, like, I was waiting for it to say that the wait list was full, and it hasn't. Like, it's not basically saying that it's full right now. So I just wanted to go through. I'm looking at all the waitlisted items that I actually have here. And well, these, I can remove some of these. Only one I didn't basically remove. I got the Clone Pilot already. I was able to bag that. I got 2 of those. Wonder Woman, I was on the wait. I'm still on the wait list for that. Don't know if that's going to convert. But my thing is, it's like, now when we look at this, because they said that this one in the Joker was the first of their Artisan line. So knowing what you went through, Costa and Calvin, your suggestions is to really pay attention, especially if it's going to piece. Now, let me ask you a question, both of y'all. Do you think that if they release this light side version, that there's a high possibility that we could see a dark side version?
It wouldn't cost them much to change it. That's a tough one, and part of me thinks that we say Artisan, but really for this figure, it's a new sculpt with hair, with rooted hair, and then you get USB lightsabers. If we wanted to go real Artisan, I want to see premium everything, premium leather goods, premium. Like if we're gonna go true art, because like, what's the difference with the Wonder Woman figure, the WB 100 one? Nothing. You could call that an artisan because it has the rooted hair. So like I want them, if we're gonna go artisan, we're gonna go full artisan. I think if they do a dark side Anakin, it will probably be something like this, only because if you did another sculpted version, it would you'd just be doing a 2.0, right? So I don't know. I mean, it'd be very easy for them to do a dark side version, right? It just changed the eyes. I think, isn't that what they did on the original release? It's the light side, but with the eyes yellow. And if they do it, would I go for it? Probably, because I'm a sucker for newer sculpts and stuff like that. And to play devil's advocate, I guess, for those who were calling the new system shit and people who were ranting about it,
there were quite a few.
Listen,
there were quite a few. Bro, that's the thing, and we called it.
Here are some of the positives to not have like bots, right? And maybe people can figure out around. You have to RSVP for it first, right? You have to RSVP. That's one fail safe. I guess you could have bots with several accounts that could RSVP for it, but to me that would be like tedious. But I don't know. I don't know how these people make their bots.
We got a $6.99 super chat by F. Wellington. Congrats to Costa for getting the Artisan Anakin. It honestly made me feel really good to know that one of us got it and not some bots. So definitely, Shane, I want to ask you this question, bro. Did you?
Did you even all weekend?
Did you even attempt to get your hands on this piece, bro?
No, I don't collect prequels, so I dodge both these bullets, these Artisan line. Yeah, that'll get me eventually. They'll make something that I'm really interested in, and I'm sure I'll be.
So if they made a Dark Knight DX19 version of Christian Bale with rooted hair, would you go for it?
Nope.
No?
As cliche as it is, I am literally waiting for in-art on that. And that might be 5 years from now.
Yeah.
But, the DX19's posed next to the in-art Joker, and yeah, it's fine. I do think, to criticize, I think the in-art Joker might be slightly oversized, possibly. But no, it looks good. So yeah, that's one I would like to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, I gotta get myself off of this wait list.
I also don't think that they're gonna. I don't think that if they do the Artisan, it's gonna be limited every time. It might be limited most times, but with the amount of money they could make, especially the way we went crazy. They made what was it? Somebody on another stream, maybe it was on Brother Cousins, that we were talking about just for the Joker, they made a couple mil on that. And if they probably on very sought after characters, the
but
main
did
characters,
they
could make a lot of money.
Like, think about it. The Joker, what was the Joker? How much was it?
I think the Joker is. Give me just 1 second here.
I think it was like $570 all said and done after you paid shipping and tax.
But what was it like? What was the actual price of the just the figure?
The figure itself is $365. Well, no. That's the rooted. The
like
I mean that's the
515 or
sculpted.
yeah,
The rooted is
515.
515. Yeah, 515.
You
So
see,
that was
think about this.
definitely
Hot Toys,
more than the Anakin.
like I've seen that mentioned a few times. So people are taking 515 and then they're multiplying it by what is it, 4,000 and getting their 2 million. But I mean, that's not Hot Toys is 2 million realistically. Like, because okay, that's what the money in, but that's not taking into account what Sideshow have marked it up. It's not taking into account like any overheads of making the actual figure as well. So they probably haven't made 2 million from it. They probably made a fraction of 2 million. If you take all the, they're paying their employees, paying their rent over there, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but they've made a lot of money. That's for sure.
They definitely did make a lot of money off of both.
Also,
These
sorry to cut across you. Well, I had to do something, and just a dog. I heard him barking, but I was listening to all of Costco's points as well, and like it obviously this is something that I'm removed from, but it was just interesting. But when I really got interesting is when he said 9-inch nails, and I was like, "Does it again?"
Yeah,
big
bro.
fan as well. I've seen them a few times as well. They're
I missed them on the last tour, but I did see them with Soundgarden, so that was a good one in
awesome.
2016.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
Rest in peace, Chris Cornell.
yeah, definitely rest in peace, Chris. That came out of nowhere. That really hit, and I didn't know it was that deep. But I kind of saw some signs earlier on. But with this line again, we're jumping into the Artisan line and where it's at right now. Are you and I know that there's a lot of people who love the exclusivity of having this piece, but like we talked before, the people who didn't get this were talking about how flawed the system was. But if those same people would have gotten it, the system wouldn't have been flawed to them. It would have worked perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Vice versa.
That's the thing. Anyone who got it, anyone who got it is like best system ever. Anyone who didn't get it would be like, oh, the system sucks. Yeah. So the people that maybe have the most unbiased opinion are the people that just did for research purposes, went in and did anyone here like go through the whole system and get one and then just not buy it?
I did that for Joker.
Yeah, so that's So then you have a kind of, I suppose, an unbiased view of the whole system, which is what you've just outlined. So that's it's fair.
It's smooth. It like the first hurdle, as I was RSVP first. The second thing that makes it fair is when you get there, it's randomly put into line. You get randomly put into line. There are ways to like figure out to get a higher number, opening more browsers, more devices, what have you. And then like I liked the fact that at least for the Anakin, they were telling you how many they had left with relation to, where you were at in line. The only thing I would say is if Sideshow failed by not telling people that just by clicking on sideshow.com, they would be put into a queue. I know it was in a blurb right in the middle of the page for that countdown and on the wait list that said, if you're looking for the Anakin queue, click here. They should have made that bigger and maybe like put arrows pointing to it like, hey, you're in the wrong queue. You need to be in this queue over here. I think that's where they failed people, because I never trust emails. Like when I get notifications on my phone for emails, it doesn't really like buzz or what have. I don't have it set up to do all that shit.
Yeah.
If it was a text or I put an alarm, that is what'll get my attention more than getting an email from the place, waiting for them to let when the thing goes on sale. The other thing I will say is when you were when you were in the queue, it gave you a shot to put your email address in and to not have to sit there, and you could click it and it would notify you when it was your turn. I did that for the Joker, and that actually worked. And I went in, and that notified me. I just wanted to see if that would work. That worked. But don't trust emails from Sideshow or any place. Don't trust the emails from Ticketmaster or, Run Disney to tell you when the shit goes on sale, because they've already told you the time. Get there at least 15 minutes beforehand for any ticket purchase or, collectible purchase. So the system is smooth. If I didn't get it, like the Joker, when I was doing the Joker and I had no preconceived notion of what was going to happen the next day, I was like, this is smooth.
Bro.
Tomorrow's going to go smooth, but it's not going to be smooth. Not everybody's going to like it.
Nah, they won't, bro. And it becomes predictable. I mean, because we had already predicted that this is what it would be. Cam, we talked about this on Wednesday, right. That, Friday was going to be that day where, it was going to be a lot of it's going to be drama. It's going to be divisive, and it definitely was. I mean, people were going on creating, whole videos like and live rants about it, and it was to be expected. And I get it. Like, the disappointment is when you don't really get something that you really, really, really want. But was it the system, or is just the simple fact that people were smarter, but they were conscious enough to go in earlier and just kind of weigh those particular options? And I think that's just the way it boils down to. Hell, if I wanted it and I got in late and I wasn't able to get it, that's my bad. Because I didn't think ahead enough to really kind of get in. But at the same time, I'm trying to weigh in, both options, just looking at both, playing devil advocate on both. Because when it comes to you, like, if you're looking at based on what a person's telling you or what the company is telling you, and if they wanted to, it should have been better explained about the second link. You know what I mean? I think that the explanation should have been there beforehand so people would know. So that's just telling me that they created that second link just to kind of manage it well based on the stock that they had and what they had in their, as far as inventory or what they're getting in their inventory. They wanted to control it that way. But again, more transparency, I think would have been better, to be quite honest. You know what I mean? I think it would have. But I honestly have to say the way they did it was an improvement to the system. You know what I mean? Compared to the way it was when I tried to get that Wonder Woman and it kept kicking me out, and I know I was there, ready for it. You know what I mean? That was the shit that kind of, put a bad taste in my mouth about it. And the reason why I was like, you know what? I'm not trying for anything else. But it is what it is. We got Butt Neck in the building. Didn't have time to wait on their site. Cheeks over figures always. Got to prioritize your time. Butt naked. Asshole, bro. Cheeks over. I know that's right. You know what I mean? But yeah. But again, I just honestly want to say congrats to everybody who secured it and got that figure that they wanted to get. You know what I mean? Because again, I know how hard it was, but again, I feel bad for people like Bretta, who really wanted it. People like, and I don't know if he got it or not. I don't know if he was able to get it. People like Aries, who definitely want it. But I will speak to this too, and this is what pisses me off, right? Is that there were some people who got it with the intentions to do what? Flip it.
Yeah.
Knew that was happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it was coming.
Right?
Flip it.
Now, it's one thing to get it and really get it because you want someone within the crew to secure it, so you're getting it for them. That's different. But when you're doing it with the intentions to flip and you really don't like it, I don't want to bash, but is it fair? Do you think it's fair to the people who really want it? Like, is that fair to them? I don't know. I'm just basically throwing it out there. Is it fair? Calvin got it, but Calvin's looking out for the crew. Plain and simple.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I did
that's
the same
the way
thing.
it
I
is.
attempted to get it for someone
For
else. Like I
somebody
wasn't
else.
like, yeah, like
You know what I mean?
knowing damn well I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I need somebody
but
else
you're
wanting
doing
it
it.
bad. So
But
I'm trying
there
to
are
help.
some people who literally, this is what they do.
Yeah.
They do it because you're going to try to flip it for $1,000 or all this whatever else.
You know, like,
Is that fair? I mean, I don't want to bash people for doing that, but is that fair for people who really wanted it? That's what
I think it is fair, to be honest, because unfortunately that's the way the world works. It's capitalism. If you got up in the morning and you were there at the desk the same as everyone else and you got this piece and you buy it with your own money and it comes to your door, you own it. You can do whatever the hell you want with it then. This is not a popular opinion, but I think that's just the world we live in. And if people have it and they want to flip that for twice the price and use it to fund their collection, it's not a nice thing, but at the same time, that's just business. So like, I wouldn't cast any judgment on someone who did that, to be honest, because it might not work out for them, Lael. We're seeing a lot of rooted in art Jokers.
Yeah.
2-packs.
Never been opened on buy-sell trade groups on eBay, so it may not work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in Dublin Comic-con last Saturday, and I was in the queue for a photo, and this guy tapped me on the shoulder, a guy from Northern Ireland. He goes, you have a YouTube channel, don't you? And we were having a chat, and he goes, yeah, I got the rooted in-art Joker. And I goes, oh, it's amazing, isn't it? He goes, oh, I don't know, I haven't unboxed it. And I was like, dude, come on. At least check if you've got the right head sculpts. So like, look, I know a lot of people maybe it's frowned upon. There's a difference between someone who buys something and then sells it on for, like, I don't do it, but I mean, I wouldn't cast any judgment if someone got one fair and square, and whatever they want to do with it then is their own business. There's a difference between that and someone who buys 10 of them, like, you know.
But see, that's what I'm saying, because again, there are notably some people who created different accounts and used at different locations that bought up these, that I know that have done it, and I've heard it, and I'm like, wow, really? Like, that right there is terrible, bro. Like, it's just like, because again, there are people out there, and I get it. Look, if you're buying it with your own money, then you can do what the fuck you want to do. At the end of the day, you can do
Trevor 16 shooter. All's fair in love and figs.
Yeah, you can do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? But if you literally don't want it. Now, I'm saying this because there are people who aren't naturally collectors who do it because they stay in the game and make money, business-wise. It's always one way. But I mean, it is basically what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I just, again, I feel bad for the people who wanted to secure it but couldn't secure it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But I'm happy for my bros. I mean, the smooth motherfucker known as Calvin and, you know, Costa, who were able to basically get it. I think, who was it? 16 Fig Marcos got it as well. I'm happy for my bros because they got it. You know what I mean? But I just wish, you know, other people were, you know, people who actually wanted what it could have actually gotten it. And again, like with the Artisan line, I just think that, you know, again, going down the line, even with this, they should have did like a sculpted hair version for it. Like for the people who missed out on the light side, and again, if they would have did a sculpted version, that would have, you know, that would have been good too. I think that would have been decent. But
I wouldn't be surprised if one is coming.
And this is why I'm wondering if they're going to actually do a dark side Anakin. I'm wondering.
I've seen a lot of people selling a lot of Star Wars figures out there, man. I don't know if like people are predicting that, all right, we're gonna get a lot of, you know, remakes or 2.0s, because I think the conversation last week was pretty pivotal that, you know, the writer strike is out there. There's a lot of less content coming out. So once you get stuck, you know, they might start reverting back to a lot of those classics and recreating them. So
yeah, I definitely believe that, you know, that could, you know, definitely happen. And again, I wish people luck. I mean, that's just the main thing. The biggest thing for me is the people who couldn't get it, who actually wanted it but couldn't get their hands on it. Maybe something else to come around, and it'd be better days for a lot of people. I think that's the biggest thing that I would want to say at that point. Hopefully it's better days, and others will have the opportunity to get it. But I think that when something like this comes around again, hey, I'm following Cal in Costa's lead, if it's something that I want. Like, that's the lead to follow. Get in where you fit in. Get in as early as you possibly can, and try to secure it. Get past all the drama and everything else, and hopefully you'll be able to get it. I mean, I think if they did an exclusive version of this figure, then I would definitely get it. We need that over the top, Cal. So if they basically did something like this, I would secure it. That bag would definitely be secure. Cal, do you think they're gonna drop this, bro?
No, I don't think Sylvester will give me the rights to that. I don't think he'll clear me. Now, I haven't seen this yet, but I found it on streaming last week. I was like, I need to sit down and watch this shit. I almost watched it last week.
Oh, so you haven't seen the movie that they're comparing you to, bro?
I know what it's about, but I just haven't physically seen it yet. But
over the top,
bro. You got the curls. You got the curls right there too.
Bro, this is like one of my finest pieces, bro. I'm gonna put this on a t-shirt, bro. Straight up, I gotta put this on a t-shirt.
And I shall buy it and wear it to Japan.
And
right? Kevin wearing the t-shirt.
I'll sign it for you.
Right? Hell yeah. He said Calvin needs a poster in his man cave.
I do need a poster. I'm gonna put it right here too.
Bro, like Agent Silver Fox strikes again, bro. That's him he actually said this. Bro, wow. That was a nice little blend. I worked hard on it.
It's a rainy day today. I'll watch this today.
I'll just go ahead and watch it.
I can't get Mario to come out to go to Disneyland with me today, so I'll stay at the house and watch.
Hey, Mario's busy. He's watching all those movies.
No, he's not. He's been in the chat this whole time.
I know, right?
I saw him in here.
Cal hasn't seen Over the Top. Light him up. No, because
let's be honest. Mario saw the first 10 minutes of the movie. Salma Hayek scene came and went, and then he jumped in the chat. He's been here since we started. He ain't watched the movie.
He definitely didn't watch it, bro. I know he didn't, because he's too occupied with the chat, and his attention span when it comes to stuff like that is very low. He's not going to watch it, bro. It's extremely short, so definitely. Anyway, thank you guys for being here, man. Definitely a decent conversation. But before we go, I gotta pull this up, bro. Like this right here. Oh, hold on. Let me add it to the stream.
Oh, right.
Add it again.
So they completely changed that. Play it again.
We gotta play it again.
Transformers 2010.
Oh, right. So they completely changed that.
Oh shit!
Oh,
bro!
Oh, that hurts. I'm hurt.
One more time, because the
Transformers.
It's the bang. It's the bang that's scary. So they completely changed that.
What? Oh.
So
that hurts.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did anything break?
No.
Oh, that's
what you saw flying off. That's just in case you haven't seen it. That's a quarter scale Dark Knight, the QS019. There was basically, I have a pose on a floating shelf. It's one of the few figures that I actually use a stand with. However, it was pointed out to me by a guy called David. He hit me up on Instagram. He knew I was looking forward to it before I got it. And he just said, yeah, look, the ankles on this are really bad. They are really bad. John Iron Logan actually got one as well. I was messaging him today. He said, yeah, they are particularly bad. But I actually had it with the stand because I knew that. So like a lot of figures, like majority of figures I have there, they're posed without a stand. But with this one here, I had to use a stand because of the ankles. And even I was using the crotch grabber, that's the thing that puts over. But like even that's a bit wiggly. Now, the quarter scale figure as a whole, I'm really, really happy with. The sculpts, the cowls, the suit, the presents, the cape, the accessories, the base, fine. Everything's good. But it is a bit disappointing that that's kind of like, you know, the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop, like, you know, the quarter scale line. I know a lot of people don't actually buy quarter scales, but it's kind of like some of their expensive, bigger lines that they haven't like reinforced those ankles. So I will be hitting up some modders, and if I can actually do it, I will fix it. But yeah, what happened was it was posed like with the backpack and the sticky bomb gun from the Hong Kong heist scene. So he literally recreated that. He jumped off. He just did not complete. He did not get loud, put it that way.
Bro.
But what you saw flying off was the sticky bomb gun and the backpack. They just clip off, like, so they hit the carpet. They were fine. The head sculpt pops up, but that is magnetic. I had a look at it. The first thing I checked were the blades on the gauntlet, because I thought if anything's broken, they're broken. Next thing I checked was the nose, because it's really pointy, and the ears, whatever. It just got lucky. So I have it reposed up there now, and it's a lot sturdier. So fingers crossed. Yeah, shit happens.
See. He said, Thick Panther Boy said, see, what had happened was.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, that shit scared the fuck out of me when I was watching live. I was like, what the fuck? Bro, it's like, I didn't know what the hell. It just came out of nowhere, bro. But yeah.
Do you want to see something else? Let's see something else?
Sure.
Wait a second now. Just happen to have these lying around.
What is it?
Send pics.
Did you send it?
It's loading up there, but it's taking its sweet time.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this was
here we go.
Dublin Comic-con last Saturday. She is 67 next month.
Damn, bro.
Like, do you know what I mean? In fairness to her, like, you know, 67. She was really, really nice, and it was definitely a bit of a starstruck moment. So obviously, I presume everyone knows who she is.
Did she give you a squeeze?
She
is that your mom?
She did give me. That's my mom. Yeah, it's my mom. No, this is not my mom. This is Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor. It's not every day you get to meet her. You know, I told her I came across Dublin for you, Sarah, and she was delighted with that. Like, you know, so, and Michael Bean as well, and the T1000. He was actually hilarious. The guy could talk. Like, he was when I met him for the autograph, I saw a few people in the queue in front, and twice I saw him call people back and say, "Hey, I forgot to tell you something." So he's a real talker. Like, so yeah, that was DCC or Dublin Comic-con last week. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, bro, definitely jelly a little bit when it comes to that, especially with Linda Hamilton. I keep forgetting, bro, that she actually has a twin sister. You know what I mean?
No, her twin passed away.
Oh, did she?
Her twin. The scenes in Terminator 2 at the end when the T1000 turns into Sarah Connor, they're so well done because it is her twin. So she's a twin. I think her twin's called Leslie Hamilton, and she passed away, I think, just 2 years ago. It's really, really recent. Like,
shit.
And yeah, it's really, really sad. And like, they actually, Terminator 2 used twins multiple times. If you remember the cop in the detention center with the mustache, and he got stabbed through the eye, they were twins as well. So there was a few occasions where they actually used twins because it was the best way to get the effect to be so real, like, you know. So yeah, it's
wow.
Yeah, that's
I didn't know she passed, bro. I definitely didn't know that she passed away. Damn, man. Like, okay.
But they were all really nice. As in, that was my first time actually, paying for autographs or paying for a photo, and you hear like mixed opinions and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, they're only really like you're only getting the opportunity to get the autograph or the photo because you're paying for it, let's be honest. But they did make you feel welcome, and Robert Patrick was particularly chatty, and Michael Bean, and it was there with his wife, and we were just chatting about Ireland very, very briefly, and even Linda Hamilton, she was very warm, like, you know, she wasn't standoffish, and like, they're long days for them because everyone's probably saying similar stuff to them. And
I remember when we were at Celebration, and the thing is, like, the actors themselves are cool, It's the motherfuckers that are getting you back there, the ones that like trying to get you to go through quick and extra. And I'm like, yo, I just stood in one place, and then you're snapping pictures that I wasn't even ready for. Bro.
I remember you saying that, and it like whatever about like the. In fairness to Dublin Comic-con, I was expecting it to be a shit show, but because maybe it's a significantly smaller con than the likes of Star Wars Celebration in London or New York or San Diego. It's a bit more indie, if maybe that's the right way to describe it. There's less people. The workers and the volunteers, a lot of the people working there were actually volunteers, and like they were really, really good and helpful. And there was none of that like moving them on.
Yeah.
It was great. But I suppose that's the advantage of going to a smaller place. Like I normally wouldn't go to Dublin Comic-con because they have yet to get guests. I presume they have got guests. It's 10 years old, but I haven't seen guests. So I was like, okay, I have to go until this year.
Yeah.
And I met this family from New York who'd made the trip over to Ireland because they saw the three of them were in the one con at the one time. They're like, you know what, we've never been to Ireland, we'll kill two birds with one stone. So there was a lot of people from England and the UK as well, because they saw those three guests at the one place at one time. So yeah, it was a really good day. I had that warm fuzzy feeling driving home.
You know what I'm and I was thinking about this, Kyle and Shane, like Japan, like the experience that we had in London was the most memorable, and it was the most unplanned events that we went through. Like everything that we did was unplanned, but it was so dope. The club, everything.
And nightclub.
To recapture that, it's like I don't want to go, and I was thinking about this, I don't want to go into Japan looking for that same, because like when you try to go into a situation, I don't want to go into Japan looking for the same feeling, because then it'll probably be a letdown. I want a totally different new experience, and I don't want to compare it to what we experienced in London. You know what I mean?
Do you know how we could do that? We could all cosplay.
Yeah.
Poor Costa looks really bored now.
Yeah.
No, I'm speaking about Japan in 2025. I will not be able to attend that, and don't tell my wife I said this, but it's because it's our 10th anniversary that weekend.
Okay.
But we also have a plan in June, because my wife's like, I don't want to go to Japan for our 10th anniversary and then we're at a con all day for whatever. Yeah. But we had plans like 5 years ago for 2025 for my 50th in that June to go to Japan. We're going to go for 2 weeks. So we're going to go to Japan that year, but I won't be able to hang out with you guys, which is, it's fine. I'll look at your pictures and stuff and be jealous, but whatever. Bro,
so I think that when we were talking about Japan, mostly the conversation has been going like what? Cal, is that like a week before or 2 weeks before?
I mean, we haven't officially mapped it out because we've said a week before.
Yeah.
The start and then do 2 weeks after. We haven't really mapped it out, or do the celebration in the middle, week before, week after. We haven't really mapped it out yet. So I think at least the core of us that know we are going, I think as we get closer, where at least we can start really mapping out travel plans.
Yeah.
And seeing what people's schedules really look like. We'll figure it out from there. So that's really what I'm waiting on, just to get a little closer so we can really start mapping it out.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could do Japan twice that year, I would totally do it, because that is one of the places. Because we don't plan on just staying in Tokyo. We want to go. I want to go to the Studio Ghibli amusement park. I'm gonna go to Tokyo Disney. There's a lot of things. We want to go to maybe Osaka. There's a lot of things. So.
Wagyu beef.
Oh, I've actually imported A5 Miyazaki Wagyu and cooked it here myself, and it is delicious, but it's very rich. It is my wife, there was this website that she like her work was able to get discounts on, so we were like, it was like a couple $100, but it was a big ass piece and you don't need a lot. And I made it for the family one night. We had steak two ways, one Wagyu and one just a regular ribeye. And listen, It's all that they say. It is. It's amazing.
Sounds great.
Yeah, see, definitely, man. I again, this is the first time, like me and Toya talked about it. Like, since it's the first time for her in Japan, this is my second time in Japan. I told her that, you know, we might just go up like maybe a week or two before, just to kind of take it all in, you know, and just have a ball. And that's why, like, Cal was trying to see what you guys were going to do. If you guys are going up a week before, or
like I said, because we talked about a week, then 10 days, and then now it looks like it's going to be 2 weeks because Osaka,
Osaka and stuff like that. And plus,
I do Disney, you know, so there's several things we're going to hit well over celebration. So we need to be there for at least a couple of weeks,
and we need to plan, because the thing is, for people who don't know out there, like Shane himself is literally a human, like party. Literally is
coming to Ireland.
Is the real.
I went for a run today, and
party.
I had to walk the last 2 kilometers, so I did not feel like a human party today.
Bro.
That's why I had to dip out and get water and popcorn because I'm starving.
Costa, check it out. We were at, and just to make the long story short, I have never seen anything like this before. We're in a train station. We had just left Celebration. Cal, you remember this. We're in a train station. We just left Celebration.
Hold on, I'm sure I've got it. Let me see if I can.
You got
yo. I think I have it. But go ahead, explain the story.
Shane, I don't know how many people were on that platform, but Shane became Moses and turned around. And I don't know what he said to everybody, but he got everybody on the platform to chant, "This is the way, bro." Even people who probably never even went to Celebration.
What happened was,
"This is the way."
What happened was, I noticed that a lot of when there's an event on in London, the Londoners and the crew and the tube crew and the train crew and stuff, they're very, very good at getting involved and getting the hype up. So when everyone, like cosplayers and stuff like that, it was very obvious people getting on the tube and the trains that they were going to Celebration. And I love the way, like, the London train operators and tube operators, they're getting bored. So they're like, you know, they were like, yeah, the number 3 train to Tatooine will be here in 2 minutes. You know, things like that, you know?
Yeah.
So we, they were doing that the whole day. So we were kind of tired. It was the end of the day, and, you know, it was my last day there anyway. And there was a bunch of people around. And I just said to, like, the guy, the kind of official who was standing on the side of the train station, and I said, sorry, is this the way? And he did not get it. We must have been the only one that but we didn't know what's going on. Is this the way? And I was like, right, you have an opportunity here. You can be the guy that put out the joke and it went down like a lead balloon, or you can double down and you double or nothing. And there was a bunch of these kids. There was like a beautiful family there. You know, there was like a mother, and there was like 5 or 6 kids, and they were all geared up in their Star Wars stuff, and it was really, really cute. And I went, sorry, is this the way? And the next thing, one of the kids goes, this is the way. Just one kid, one cute little kid. And I was like, is this the way? And the second time you had people going, this is the way. There were 5 people. And the third time, then it must have been 100 people. Bro. And then it was like, it was a lot of fun.
There was so many people on the platform. And I'm looking like, how the fuck did he do that? Like, literally a whole command and then turn around like it never happened. I was like, yo,
do you know what was funny? I know queues are a touchy subject these days. Remember, we were like behind about 1,000 people, and the queue was going nowhere.
Yeah.
Remember that? And it was like there was like this big kind of a corridor, and everyone was standing on the left. It must have been like 5 people wide, this queue, and it must have been it must have been a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
And I was like, just follow me. And I didn't know if this was going to work, but I just walked up as if I was going somewhere else, and at the last minute dipped in, and then we just walked by everyone. But it was just herd mentality. Everyone else was like, oh, they must have thought they're going somewhere else. But right at the end, this one guy goes, where are you off to? And I was like, oh, sorry, is this the train here? Bang, just right to the
jump right in. I'm like, how the fuck?
Sometimes you got to be a bit cheeky. I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it. It's just something I had to do.
Bro, we were just following. I was following y'all. I didn't know where the fuck we were going.
I just put my head down and just went with it. Like, let's go.
And just dip. It's just, yo, Costa, everything
you want to let us skip the queue
happened to us happened in such a way. We ended up like one evening, we went to like a restaurant. Like it was late. We had arrived in where we were staying, where me and Toy were staying, me, Toy, and Calvin were staying. We arrived, we went to this one, we went and had dinner, but then we went to like this little mini pub that was there, and they were closing up. But the lady was like, well, look, if you guys want to stay out later, you can go up to this club and just tell them that we sent you and you'll get in for free. And they sent us up the road. We showed them this paper and they just let us in for free. Now, Cam, this was that area's, it was their hood club. Like you might as well say it was their hood club.
All right. Okay. All right. I see what's going on here.
Now
All
listen,
right,
it was their hood club. I mean,
And it was awesome, and I loved it. The beer was brilliant.
bro, listen. It was their hood club. Cats was sitting down, you know, mean mugging, trying to be thuggish and shit. Yeah, trying to be too cool to do whatever.
Spent 200 pounds on a bottle. And no girls. Got
exactly,
it.
right? That's the tone of the club, right? But check this out. Insert Shane. Gets in the middle of the middle of the floor, bro.
Shane and Ian.
Shane and Ian, bro. Both Shane and Ian. Like this is Toya saying the best night. Definitely it was. Shane and Ian. First Shane got on and started doing what were you doing? Like it was doing like
he did the worm, didn't he?
He did the worm, but now he did the push-ups as well.
Dancing. It wasn't the worm. It wasn't the worm.
Bro.
There were clap push-ups. I can't dance.
He did clap push-ups in the middle of the floor.
Do you know what it was like, Cam? It was like, oh, I look around. I haven't been to this club before. I see everyone's trying to be cool. I'm not here to be cool. I'm here to have fun.
Yeah, that's what's 100%.
Cam, he did push-ups, and then Ian comes in and starts doing some crazy shit, and then Cal, bro, this is Cal. Bro, I lie to you not, Cam. This is Cal. Drink in his hand. He's like this.
He's doing squats.
I was about to say,
nah, bro. He dropped it low, bro. He was dropping it
like
the
entire.
entire
You know what I'm saying?
He was dropping it with the same face.
What in the world?
With the same, bro. He didn't change his face. His face expression was like this the entire time, bro. I got to solo myself for this.
No, you never know. Let him know what you're thinking. You know what
His face expression was like this the entire time.
Stagnant. Straight.
Never know what you think.
That's true.
It didn't change. It did not change, bro. It did. That was the best night because we arrived and that's when the party started. That's when everybody got up and started dancing. Nobody danced before we got there, bro.
That's
nobody. But we got there, we started the party, and then we left.
It was started. It's like I ain't here to finish it. Let me go ahead and start.
And then we rolled out.
Quick. You got to tell the Marcus story. Remember when he opened his phone?
What happened?
He opened his phone and the girls were around him and he had some cheeks on the screen.
Bro, listen, this dude out of nowhere, we were sitting down.
This is Keith Blitz 0065's boy that was hanging with us all weekend. Both of them cool as shit.
Bro, they cool as shit. But bro, he's sitting there going now. Bro. All right. So anybody who has Instagram, you know what happens. Those stupid algorithms. When you go through Instagram, it's going to pull something. And the first thing that popped up when he actually opened up the screen was some booty cheeks. It was cheeks, right?
My bad.
So when he opened it up, all the girls behind him were looking at it like, what? You know what he did? He turned around. He was like, I'm a grown damn man.
Yo.
But that's someone's daughter.
Bro, he was like, I'm a grown damn man, and owned it up and didn't care and had them cheeks open. He was going to eat screen.
Scrolling.
I was like, yo,
that's crazy.
This night could not have gotten any better, bro. It was a phenomenal night, bro. This is why we are saying, Cam, this is why we are saying it is a party wherever we go. Bro, it was so exciting. Seriously. It was so fucking fun. It was so memorable. And that's why I'm like, yo, when we go to Japan, it's just like creating new memories. We have to create something new. It can't be the same. We have to create something new because to get that same impact, that same high that we had in London, we got to create something new. Just forget about that and do something new.
Mm-hmm.
Cosplay.
Cosplay. We're going to cosplay. I'm gonna go
This
Costa.
hat is actually waitlisted on Sideshow right now, so it really is. I'm not joking.
He said it really is. Anyway, thank you. Oh, hold up. What is Jose Hernandez says? Booty wads. Yeah, it was definitely booty wads that night.
Booty wads.
It was definitely some booty wads that night. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. It has been a great show. 104 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already to everybody that you see here. Kyle, what you got coming up, bro? Mute. You're muted.
Looks like I'm just chilling in the house trying to write this storm out, get ready for work tomorrow. See y'all Wednesday. Jay threw up the cap and threw up the bad signal and invited me on for Thursday night, I believe. So I guess
Best
I'll
of the best.
Yeah. And LW on Friday. You know how we do. So
hell yeah. And Mario, if you're listening, y'all better invite me on LWO this Friday. I will definitely be there, man. Let's go. Anyway.
Enough said.
As always, enough said, man. Make sure you follow Low Key on Instagram. Cam, what you got coming up, bro?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me as always. So my Blue Beetle review will be dropping tomorrow. I'll probably be checking out the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka tonight or tomorrow and dropping a review in about 2 days. So yeah,
you gonna see it early?
Yeah. I'm not seeing it in person. It's
you got the press.
Yeah, yes.
Some fucked up shit, man.
Yeah, I was like, how did that?
Sorry. Yeah, it's just.
Don't they know you're not getting Ahsoka anything?
They do know. I hope they know. But oh, there we go. Okay, well, yeah. And honestly, I've been looking at these pictures of the Ahsoka figure, and it looks really good, bro. Like, I gotta stop watching so much Star Wars stuff because now it's starting to pull me in. But I'm not.
You see how you modestly threw it in at
like,
the simple fact that you get a chance to watch.
I'm just throwing it out there, because I'm trying to gravitate.
You know what you did, Cam. You know what you did. Stop talking yourself out of it.
I know.
Sorry.
You know what you did.
What the fuck you did, bro?
That hurt.
That did. That definitely did, bro.
Not fair.
Yeah, man. So check out my channel, watch my reviews, and thanks for having me as always. And I'll be here on Wednesday. Back to say what, and then back
so
here.
All these like early screenings. All these early screenings. Like I just picture you like,
bro,
pulling up in a roller.
Yeah,
you're coming out. You got a cane.
Yeah,
kind of dressed like Biggie Smalls, and then you're like,
that would be.
You're on the red carpet.
Oh my god!
And you sit down, and you're like, yeah, just put them away on the table.
And it's so crazy because it's like you go in there and it's so low key, but it's like oh, low key. There you go. But it's a lot of like. I don't know. So a lot of people the website I sent you guys, I don't know if the GoFobo, it's early screenings. You can find it. I think Universal, but a lot of those are like first come first serve, and people will be like, "Be here early." It's been like 2 or 3 screenings I've gone to, and I've had to like go back home after an hour drive. And it's super sick because I'm like, I got here late. But
Shane,
yeah, man. Thanks for having me as always. Appreciate it.
Cam arrives at the movie theater. Sir Cam, your royal chair is nice and clean. It's ready for you. You may take a seat. Is there anything else that you need, by the way?
Yeah, actually, I said no butter in the popcorn.
I know. I wish they gave us snacks. They don't even give us snacks, man. That sucks.
Yeah, but I like how you just casually threw it in. Yeah, I'll probably be watching Ahsoka tomorrow. A little bit.
I gotta get these subs up, man. I'm just trying to pull people in. Like, oh yeah, check out my shit.
Anyway, Cam, thank you for being here. Make sure y'all actually check out Cam's collection on Instagram and also on YouTube. Make sure we get him to 1,000 subscribers. That's where we are actually headed. So make sure we get him there. Focus, what's going on with you, bro? What you got coming up? Which I believe, yes, we already have it prepped and ready. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks very much for inviting me. Great chat. It's good to see Costa again. I hadn't seen him in a while or streaming in a while. Yeah, look, just thanks to everyone in the chat for watching and commenting and all that kind of stuff. Just two very quick things. I've got the Hope Show back tomorrow with a full panel, hopefully. And again, if you want to, it mightn't suit your time, but like if anyone in the panel wants to jump in that, just let me know and I'll send you the link. And I put this up today. It's more of an overview of fusion reactors than a review. So yeah, I talk about the pros and cons of them a bit, but it's more like I take one figure, the Mark 47, and I just show you what the fusion reactor kit looks like, you know, how you wire them up, what it looks like from behind and stuff like that, and then how I put it into the case and how I try to do my best to hide the wires with the DTOFs. So if basically, some people call them soap reactors, that's a different company, but basically it's a way of powering your War Machines and Iron Mans, anything that has those tiny little frustrating button cell batteries, you know, which you don't need the batteries, basically it's an alternative, so you can just click them on and away they go. So this photo actually here, this is an actual photo of my battle damage Mark 47, Mark 87, 85 even. I took that this morning. That's not like a stock photo. That's what it looks like on the shelf now. So if you're interested in that, yeah, the links are like, there's links to fusion reactors and the app and stuff in the description of that video. So maybe check it out.
Real quick, let me touch on that. Don't be confused of the two. Fusion is his own thing. Soap reactors, they come in a box. They're a so universal size. They don't fit across the board for all of them because
they're not the same.
As the Iron Man got better, some of those don't fit for the newer Iron Man. So you'll get a kit and they don't fit. So he specifically customizes them to fit him. And if they don't work, then you can reach out to him and he'll correct it if something goes wrong. So
he's very good.
Definitely go
he's
through reactors.
Yeah. Dope. Again, man, thanks so much, bro. And Shane, looking forward to the show. Let me know, bro. Like I might be able to jump in with you. So put the link in. Definitely put the link in the chat, man.
No problem.
So definitely, if you haven't, 16Figure Focus on Instagram and YouTube, make sure you follow. Great content over there as always. Make sure you support. Last but not least, Mickey Mouse, could you please let them know what's coming up for you and what to expect, man? What can we expect from you coming soon?
Oh boy, I just did a lot of procrastinating today. It's pretty much I'm in the middle of making the videos and tutorials for this riser, the one with it's a mixed media with wood and aluminum extrusions.
Nice.
I needed something for the back of this case, so I thought, what's the easiest and inexpensive way to do it? So I decided to make my own risers. I think I'm gonna. I should have been filming and stuff today, but like I said, I'm procrastinating and wanted to be on the show and hang out and and push everything to the side.
Hell yeah.
So hopefully I'll have this week. Hopefully, and then this is going to be the first in a series of risers because I've got some other ideas for like plexiglass and just some other cool stuff, adding lights to them. I've got a bunch of ideas going on. I am going to be on Aries show tomorrow night. 1/6 scale raw, I think it's called. On Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern, Collector Joey has a show, so he invited me on there. So I'm going to be doing a live stream with Collector Joey.
Yeah.
And then just look out. I'm definitely doing a live stream next week. It's going to be addressing questions that I get from people. So I'm going to go through questions that people have about building this display case or the other display cases that I've made. And eventually I'd like to have people on who have built these so I can talk to them and go through their process. So
hell yeah, bro. Hell, count me in. Hell yeah. Let's go.
See you real soon, everybody. Sorry, I went into tally. Oh, see you real soon, MIC. See you real soon, KY. Why? Because we like you. MOUSE, bitches.
Hell yeah, bro. Mickey just took us out. That is basically the way it is. Great show, everybody. What's going on with me? Again, we got comic book talk with friends tomorrow night. We might actually have an Ahsoka pre-show. It might be myself, a few other guests as well. I might do basically that tomorrow night just to kind of get prepped and ready for Tuesday. So I'm so glad that they moved the time up. We will get a chance to basically watch it at 9 o'clock Eastern time here. So I'm excited about it. I think that's 6 o'clock over there where you are, Cal, right?
Say it one more time. What was the time you asked for?
Ahsoka. I think it's like 6 o'clock over there, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be at 9 o'clock now. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So definitely be 6 o'clock over there. So I know you're gonna be excited about that. But yes, so I might do like an Ahsoka pre-show tomorrow. And just have a few guests on to just kind of talk and prep and get ready and let you know what you might want to actually watch if you haven't already watched it, how to get prepped and ready for it. So definitely I'll think about that tonight. Probably put something out and let people know how we're going to do that. But again, that Say What Wednesday, of course. We have Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday and then Figure Flex Friday. So definitely come through, enjoy, keep supporting everybody's channel. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm on my way to 4,000 subscribers, so I definitely want to get there as soon as I can. But other than that, we are out. Another successful show, another good one. Remember, be kind. I know you're licking your wounds from the Anakin, but hell, there'll be chances some other time for something else, and I guarantee you'll probably get it. So anyway, let's go. Have a nice day. We are out. Peace.